What's up, good people? Elder J. O. McWaller here. Wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about refreshing your containers, right? So I did this video maybe 7, 8 years ago, as a matter of fact, but I just wanted to show you guys again. I know I have way more subscribers than I used to have, and so I hope that chainsaw is not too loud for this video, but here's the deal. When you have your old containers, right? This is what I did when I first started. I knew for a fact that the stuff that grew into these containers, these pots last year, was going to consume all the nutrients and all the nutritional value for all the soil that's in here. So what I used to do was just take this pot and I would just dump it out, spread it all out in the grass somewhere, and then buy a new bag of potting soil and then refresh it and call it a day. Well, I stopped doing that because that can get kind of expensive. So I hope if that's what you're doing that you stop it, okay? So basically what I do is I use some of the same soil that's in here and I just give it a little boost. So let me show you as an example what I do, right? So I will take a old container like this, and you guys know I have this sifter here that I made. I will take the old container. Forgive me, guys. I'm in a bad spot to do this. I'll take the old pot. And I'll just dump the stuff out of it, right? And so you'll see the old stuff that's in there. What I'll do is just try to break it up a little. Just break it up. Take all the weeds and all that heavy stuff that grew, those big plants and all those roots that I pull from there, and I just toss those, right? Because I don't want any of that stuff growing up in my new stuff. But the plants themselves, the soil itself, I'll send through the sifter, right? Sift a little bit, and the way this sifter works, just give it a shake. Right? And then any clumps like that is left, I'll sit to the side. And I dump that stuff out because what I'm going to do with that I dumped out is that's going to now go into my the start of my new compost. So I keep all that stuff. Next, what I'll do is I'll take my container, right? And I will take the soil and I will put in about half. So I fill the container up about halfway. Hope you guys can see that. And then what I do is I'll come over to my fresh, beautiful compost that I just made, my fresh compost, and then I'll fill it up almost to the top. So this is where my nutrition is coming from, right? Once I get it like this, where it's at the top, this is kind of how high you want to kind of pack your container, your pot. I'll press it down so that it's real tight, right? Now at this point where it's real tight, this is where I'll add in my drainage component. So if you have perlite, vermiculite, or something that you want to put, that's where I will put this in. For purposes today, I'm using sand. So I put a good bit of sand in, right? Smooth it out. And then from here, let me adjust this a little bit. What I'll do is, now you'll see there's other stuff in here because I had did a couple pots beforehand, but this is how I'll do an individual pot. I put it in, then I'll dump it all back out, right? Then what I'll do is take my trowel, mix it all together. So this is the old soil, the new compost, as well as all that sand, or if I use vermiculite or perlite, I'll mix it all together. Oops, too much. Right? So that it's mixed through and through. And you want to make sure if you're using sand that you get all the way down, because sand is really heavy. So you want to make sure it's mixed up really good. I hope you guys can see that. Once it's mixed up real good, this soil has been officially refreshed, right? It's nice and loose because I sifted it. It has nutrition because I added fresh compost to it, right? And it has drainage because I put in sand or vermiculite or perlite, right? Then I fill it to right about here, right? Take a little bit of that out. You want to leave, you don't want to fill your pots all the way up to the top. You want to leave a little rim so that when it rains, the rains fall in here. If you fill it up too high, the rain will hit and then run off. The water will run off to the side. You want to have it here so that it can sit and get caught in the pot and then drain down. So that's how I refresh. And then what I would do is, if I'm using, then I don't put any fertilizer in here. I'm still going to put fertilizer in here, but I won't put fertilizer in until I'm ready to plant. So essentially that's all I do, guys. Don't waste your old stuff. Sift it, get the heavy stuff out. If you got weed seeds or grass seed that grown into it, take that stuff out, pull as much of the roots of it out that you can, discard that, sift the soil down so that it's nice and loose, put it in a pot halfway, put the other half fresh compost or some good nutrition, and then press it down, and then add a good amount of your drainage material, dump it out, mix it up really good, put it back in. It's nice and fresh, waiting for you to plant something. If you're going to plant something in here immediately, go ahead and add your fertilizer at the top. Move your fingers around a little bit to get it in the first couple layers. Plant your plant, and then if you're going to put some mulch or something, go ahead and mulch on top. And that's essentially it. All right, guys. Hope that helps. Don't throw away your stuff. Save as much money as you can. Peace out.